And this room is purposefully a little bit chilly, I guess, so that we don't fall asleep. And hopefully, this session is going to be fun and interactive. You do get to move around a little bit in this session, so that will make you not fall asleep as well. Welcome again. My name is Pradeepa Narayanaswamy. I am an Agile coach, professional Scrum trainer with Scrum.org, and currently I work for a company called MoneyGram International, and we are headquartered here in Dallas, Texas. I am extremely passionate about Agile, so the only thing that says in my Twitter description is I'm an Agile passionista from Dallas, Texas. On a personal note, I recently lost my dad, so literally earlier this month. So it's been a little bit emotional for me, and I am who I am because of him. This inspiration comes because of that. So I wanted to share this presentation and do a tribute to him through this. All right. Excuse me. So here's the agenda. I'm going to talk very, very little. You are going to be doing a lot of activities. So my talk hopefully should be less than 5 minutes or so. I will introduce you to the concept of creative brainstorming, and then we are going to have a lot of fun for the majority of the time. And finally, I will wrap it up with my final thoughts. Fine? Okay. All right. So what do I mean by creative brainstorming? So believe it or not, this term was coined in 1939 by a guy named Alex Osborne, 1939. And according to him, creative brainstorming is basically using your brain to storm on a creative problem, where each stormer, meaning each person, audaciously attack the same objective. That's according to him. And why does it matter for us being in an Agile team or working in an Agile environment? For me, this speaks to me like this is how it is. Every day, Agile teams solve creative problems. Do you guys agree? Right? We are in the creative business, believe it or not. To solve those creative problems, we need creative thinking. And brainstorming is one way of getting there. And some of these techniques that I'm going to teach you will help you fine-tune your brain. Your brain is going to think differently. You're going to stress it out. You're going to stretch it. You're going to think outside the box. You're going to challenge yourself. So the problem that you're trying to solve, the solutions are going to come out from your brain in a creative manner. Okay? All right. How do you run a session? Right? Very, very briefly. Make sure you define a goal before going into a session. This should be for any meeting for that sort, right? Especially for a brainstorming session, don't go, oh, we are going to talk about X, Y, and Z. Have a clearly defined goal. It's very, very important. Number 2, pick your team. It doesn't have to be the team that you're always working in. Maybe reach out for people from outside your organization sometimes, outside your department, outside your division. Bring in some fresh ideas, bring in some fresh set of eyes so that they will look at your problems differently than you've been so used to looking at. Third one is my favorite, allow for divergence, meaning give the goal to the people who are going to be coming to your session, give them a little time so that you're sending the goal prior to coming to the meeting. They have time to think about it, time to collect their thoughts before coming into the actual brainstorming session. A lot of people like to do their own thinking before they wanted to come and talk to a bunch of people in the room, right? So allow for divergence. It's very, very important. Decide who to facilitate. It doesn't always have to be your boss. If it is your boss, keep this in back of your mind. Brainstorming session is coming with all sorts of ideas, crazy, not crazy, it will work, it's not going to work, any type of ideas. So if your boss is there, people may be hesitant to come out with some of those ideas. So watch out for that. Finally, stock your meeting room. Stock it with, colorful Post-its, papers, crayons, butcher paper, Play-Dohs, Legos, music, camera, stopwatches, anything that will get the creative juices flowing, magazines, right? So things like that, people will look at them for inspiration, people will hear music for inspiration, things like that, anything that inspires you. So stock your meeting room with all those different things, okay? So Alex Osborne talks about, when he defined this term, he talked about 4 important principles. Let me quickly go through that and we will get on with the activity, I promise. Principle number 1, it's very important. Focus on quantity instead of quality here. Idea of brainstorming session is to generate as many ideas as possible, right? Quantity over quality. Number 2, how many of you are being in this situation, right? When we go to a brainstorming session, there's always somebody, oh, that sucks, or like the negative body language, or the eye rolling, shh, okay, that's never going to work, right? All those negative things that kind of come to us. Allow no criticism. It's very important for a person who is facilitating really stresses that fact, and watch out for these negative criticisms, okay? Number 3, it's very important that you stress on the fact that we are looking for creative ideas. Sometimes it's going to be far-fetched, right? It's not going to be the simplest of ideas. You may come up with all sorts of crazy idea that you have to go to the next galaxy to get it. So that's okay. That's the idea of creative brainstorming here. So welcome far-fetched ideas. Last but not the least, I kind of fall into this category. It's hard for me to come up with my own idea, but if someone has an idea, I always add to that. I always build upon those ideas, okay? So in brainstorming session, if somebody says an idea, look for opportunities to build upon those. Don't just harvest your ideas, okay? So these are the 4 principles. With that being said, let me stop talking, and we are going to have some fun. Okay? So if you're sitting in like singles or doubles, maybe if you wanted to pair up with other tables, this is a group activity, so that would be great. All right, so the first game that I'm going to share with you guys is climate setting. It's great for icebreakers. Any new meeting, it doesn't have to be for a brainstorming session. Any session, any meeting that you are doing, if you are having a bunch of people who are working together for the first time, or you just wanted to lighten up the mood, great set of game. I'm going to run one game. I will distribute these. You don't have to take notes on how to run these games. I have copies of these. You can take it home with you. So the first one that we are going to run is called I Am Impressed. Okay? So how this is going to be played is, what's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. So it's like, know the person's first name on your right-hand side, okay? That's the only true fact that you are going to say about that person. Along with that, what you're going to say, so I'm going to talk about Crystal. To my right is Crystal. So Crystal holds the world record for eating 200 soy ice creams in less than 2 minutes. And she also has the world's largest tattoo of New Zealand in her back. So what this is, basically, the only thing that I say true about her is her name, 2 exaggerated, outlandish facts about her. Okay, so just make it fun. So you can go around the room. Let's take, let's say, like 6 minutes for this game. Fair? Okay, go.
You want to start?
So I can say, do you want to talk things about you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, with your
You are at and you
does that, you know, as a side sport to win an eating contest.
He's also got 11 children in 11 different countries.
Nice. You should definitely share that out loud. I'm going to call you out for that.
Where do y'all work?
Please. Come on in. All right. Are you guys done in your doing? Okay.
Like you're gonna write it like at a camp.
Okay, cool.
I think so. Yeah, so
You guys done?
yes, we
Okay.
are.
Everybody done? Every table? Anyone still going? You guys done? Okay. You guys done? Are you guys done?
Yeah.
Are you guys done? Okay. All right. Okay. So whichever one got the most laughs, maybe do you guys wanted to share it with the whole audience? I wanted to hear one from over there. That table.
So I'd like to introduce you to Hunter, and he works at Capital One, and he wrote the world's Guinness Book of Records for eating the most amount of popcorn. Oh, did you not hear me? Okay, so I'd like to introduce you to Punna from Capital One. He broke the world's Guinness Book of Records for eating the most amount of popcorn in one setting, and he also has 11 children across 11 countries.
Anybody else wants to share theirs? One more? Come on. Yep, Chris.
All right, I don't need this. This is Erica, everybody. She the shirt that she's wearing, this beautiful blouse that she's wearing, she actually killed the cheetah this morning to make it by hand with her bare hands.
Very cool, very cool. So this is a great way to, like break ice when you're, especially going to a team meeting. So it's always a nice way to lighten up the mood and get things going. Maybe we'll have time for one more among the same lines. So in this, I'm going to give you guys very little time, probably like 2 minutes, just so that you are stretching your brain and thinking hard. Expand your first name. If you have a longer first name, cut short it, okay? To 3 letters or 4 letters. I do see yours, mine too. And expand your name as an acronym. And what this is going to do is it basically tells who you are to your team members. Because you're not just going to make up things when you're expanding. It basically tells who you are and your personality. Okay? Go.
No line. See, Crystal is caring.
Your own name this time.
We're being a team.
Hey.
I need a dictionary for wise.
Whatever comes in your mind, don't think too hard. That's the fun part here.
I feel like this talk should be called "I'm going to embarrass you for half an hour." By Pradeepa.
Good one. I'll consider that. Okay. All right. Does anyone wants to share theirs or their neighbors? Come on, you have to.
No, come on, someone else.
Okay, who wants to go? Come on, guys. What's the fun? I see you smiling. No? All right, go.
Joe, you're covering yours up.
No, you're sharing yours.
No, I have to share someone else's, right?
No, yours or somebody else's if
Was it
they're
supposed
willing.
to just be one word?
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. If it's 2 words, that's fine.
okay. All right, so, all right, cool.
There is no wrong answer here.
All right, so my name is Shelly, so I went with Shell.
Come on, people. Please listen.
All right, so my name is Shelly, so I went with Shell. So for S, I put Sassy. For H, I put Harley Rider. E, I hadn't got to that yet. It was a hard one to think of. And then for L, I couldn't think of an L word. It's just really hard, so I just put Loves Craft Breweries.
There you go. So you learned about her. She's a craft brewer lover, and she's a Harley rider. That's awesome. Anybody else wants to share theirs? All right, cool.
So my name is Renu. Ready, excellent, new things, and I mean N means new, U means use cases for our team.
Awesome. Wow. Anybody else? Going once, twice?
I'll do mine, but somebody has to help me with one of my work, my letters.
All right, hang on.
I want to put you guys to the test. Okay, so my name is Crystal, so I shortened it to Chris because that's kind of what I go by outside of work. For C, I did creative because I like to do things creatively. R, I did responsible because I'm a mom of 2 children and you have to like kind of be crazy and responsible for the 2 little babies. And then I did not find anything or couldn't think of a Y. So, what? Youthful, thank you.
All
See?
right.
I didn't think I could put that myself, so we'll go ahead and go for that. Why not? I don't know. And then for S, I put smart because I actually just finished my master's degree this year, so I decided to do that.
Awesome. Good. Do you guys see this useful with your team? Right? You're learning something new about people, right? This is really good for especially when you're working with new team members or you're a brand new team. Okay? All right. So I'm not going to do the next one. I do have instructions for that. We'll talk about it. So the next set of activities is once you got yourselves introduced, next is you need to get your creative juices flowing, right? So priming the pump. The activity that I wanted to do is called 3 random words here. Okay, so everybody in your table, you have either this color Post-it or these Post-its. Everybody take like literally 1 minute. Don't think too hard on this, right? 1 minute or less than 1 minute. Write 3 random words like the ones that I have, broccoli, dinosaur, and military. Okay? Different note, okay? So 3 different words and 3 different Post-its. Fold it, put it in the middle, okay? We'll do the next part later. Okay, go. Don't.
You can't see it?
Yep, nobody should be able to see it. 3 vivid words, unrelated.
Oh, wait.
3 different Post-its, please. 3 different Post-its, 3 vivid words. Whatever comes in your mind, don't think too hard. That's not the point.
Oh, you should have put yours in this one so we wouldn't know which one's yours.
Oh, well, too late.
Okay, you have it? Okay, somebody in your table is responsible for just, mixing it up a lot. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up.
I know, I learned from the first one.
Mix it up. Okay? 3 of you, we are going to do this as a group, okay? So 3 of you, the person who didn't mix it up, they are going to randomly, maybe close your eyes and pick one card, okay? Pick one. Not everybody, only 3. To get, as a team, you have to pick 3.
I guess we all have to pick one.
Yep. Yep, each of you pick one, okay? So together you will have 3 picked as a team.
We're good at listening to instructions.
You have it? Okay. So listen to the instructions. So next you are going to do is, as a team, because you are a newly formed team, as a team you are going to form your own small story about the words you picked. Okay? So for example, a small dinosaur wants to join the military and he needs to get strong. So he goes to a grocery store to buy a lot of broccoli and eats them daily to get stronger. That's my small story. Okay? Like that, you guys are going to creatively come up with your own story, funny if possible. Okay? Yes, using those 3 words. Okay? Go.
We're just in the story wrote itself. So, we're going to cover this.
Oh. Okay, I will do that. Okay, let me, yeah.
It's too simple, we gotta make it hard.
You guys good? If you guys are done with your story, maybe if you can just raise your hand up in your team, I will know which table is ready. Okay? 2 are ready. You don't have to keep it up, I know.
I'm just thinking the paper house is
Are you guys okay? You done? Okay. You guys okay? Done? Okay.
for all the kids to enjoy. I mean, it doesn't have to be a real house. It could be a tree house.
All right. Okay. So who wants to share their story first? The 3 words. What do you guys have?
We had ninja, bacon, and roses.
Ninja, bacon, and roses. Okay, what's your story? If you can stand up so that everybody can hear.
So our story was that a ninja was going to a birthday party and he brought bacon shaped like roses.
Okay. All right. All right. Can you stand up so that everybody can hear you, okay?
Our words were India, family, and robotics. And our story is a robot was built in India, and he fell in love with another robot over Facebook, and then he came to the US and they got married and then formed a family with little robots, and they lived happily ever after.
Awesome. Woo. All right. What do you guys have?
You guys want me to, or you guys do it?
I can be the spokesperson.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we had
Can everybody, please?
we had the words gigantic paper house, and we just put it in that arrangement. The story sort of told itself right there, but Breezer is pushing the limits and wants to, sorry, I can't read the writing.
It's okay.
Create out of this world, gigantic house made solely by paper in Chicago.
Awesome. Okay. What do you guys have?
So we have
Your words?
cheese, family, and cloud.
Okay.
And we said cheese was falling from the clouds at a family reunion.
So that's what we have for dinner.
Okay. All right. You guys want to go? Okay. What were your words?
All right, so we had grapes and death and life.
Okay. Wow.
I know, right?
All right.
So, long story short, it was grape wine. Oh, crap. Grape
Cause of a life or death.
Yes, too much grape wine could be a life or death situation.
Behind the wheel.
Behind the wheel.
Behind the wheels. Wow. What a moral there. No grape juice, grape wine for anyone today. All right. What do you guys have?
We have bird, spaghetti, rain.
Birds, spaghetti, and rain. Okay.
The rain poured down.
Everyone? Yep.
We had the rain poured down on the bowl of spaghetti. The bird thought it was a bird bath. He bathed in it and covered himself in spaghetti sauce.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, was this fun? Just to think outside the box here, right? 3 unrelated words. Why is this important? Why it might be important for you? Can anyone share some thoughts? Doing some.
Three words tell about the person that you are with.
Pardon me?
It tells more of if 3 words that you pick, it tells more about you, what you're thinking.
Yeah, right? It extends your thinking than your comfort level, right? Dinosaur, broccoli, and military, right? Where the heck are they connected? Nowhere, right? So things like that. So do some of these activities before your actual brainstorming session. Before you look at your real problem, you're already expanding your brain in that fashion. So it's thinking about it in that fashion is going to get a lot more easier when you are looking at your real problem. Okay? All right. So the next one we are going to do is, this is thinking outside the box, active paradigm shift, right? So if you look at that picture, that's my favorite. How do you connect 9 dots with 4 lines, right? A lot of people think about it, just don't want it to, go above and beyond those dots. But does the rule say that you have to stick with those dots? Not necessarily, right? So think outside the box. So the next game that we are going to do is actually going to test you. All right, so for this, you have to stand up. And maybe if you guys can form smaller circles in the area that you are able to find. So take the paper plate with you for this. Every table should have a paper plate. Take the paper plate, put it in the middle, and stand in a circle. You should have, see whether you can get even number of people in your circle. All right, even number of people in your circle. If possible, you need one more. Do you guys want to, like share with these guys? Maybe one more here, if you don't mind. One more over there.
Yeah, if you want to do there's 5 in that room, so we are 1 person, we'll have 4.
Even, right?
No, 5 can do it.
5 should be fine, guys. So figure that out. I'm not going to tell you. Self-organize yourself. Okay, I'm not telling you. Okay, so in here, the instruction is going to go like this, okay? So one person should be a timekeeper, okay? Make sure that you look at your watch and do it by seconds if possible, okay? So The activity here goes like this. Everybody should, apart from the timekeeper, this is a small group. Maybe if you guys wanted to join with somebody else, that would be great.
You can join us.
Me? Okay, I'll join you. Fine. All right. So the objective is everybody should touch the paper plate and then go swap places with your partner. Everybody should have a partner, okay, on the other side. The objective of the game is touch the plate and swap places with your partner, okay? Hang on, let me tell why, okay? And the timekeeper is, once you have done, the timekeeper says stop, and you have to tell exactly how much time it took for you to do that, okay? Understood? Everybody understood? Put the plate in the middle. You have to touch the plate and swap places with your partner. Okay? Like that, everybody should do that. Okay? Another thing is, you should not touch anybody else. Except the plate, you should not touch anybody else. And don't do the game yet. No. No, just touch the plate and swap places without touching anybody else. Okay? So who is the timekeeper for this group? All right? You guys? You need to have, okay, totally, you need to have a partner except, hang on, please. You need to listen to the instructions first. Okay, you need to have odd number of people in your team so that the timekeeper doesn't play, they're just watching the time, okay? And you will have even number of people where you can swap places with. This team, you need one more person. That team, I think you need one more person. If you wanted to join group, okay, so maybe form just 3 groups, guys, form together. Do 3 groups, that's it. Don't have smaller groups, have bigger groups. Just join with somebody else, please. Maybe 2 of you can go here, 2 of you can go somewhere else, please. Yes, let's make it easier. Yes. All right? Okay. Just one more, and one more, please. Sorry about that. Let's make that easier, okay? All right, you should not be touching anybody else. If you touch anybody, the timekeeper is going to call you out. All right? Okay. Go. Touch the plate. Is your team done? You done? Okay. Recorded? Okay. Okay, everybody done? First round, is everybody done? No? Okay. What's your time? 3 seconds. 3 seconds? Okay. Next time you're going to do it in 1.5 seconds. That's your goal. What's your time? 8.73. Okay, half. Cut it into half. What's yours? 17? For everyone to do it? Yep. 17 seconds. Cut it into half. 8 seconds.
Touching or
touching? I said touching the plate. Guys, gals, you have to touch the plate. You have to touch it, right? Okay. What was your time? 4 seconds. Now you are doing it in 2 seconds. Okay? So before doing it in, okay, hear me out. You have to think about this, do some brainstorming on how you are going to cut your time before actually doing it, okay? That's the point. Don't just do it. Think about it, talk as a team, create a plan, and then do it. Go. Hands. Yes. It's up to you guys. I'm not giving those instructions. It's up to you. All right, everybody done with their second round? Successfully? Yes. Not cheating? Nope. Sure? Timekeepers? Did you swear by your life? Okay, everybody able to do that? What's your time now? 8? 3.3 seconds? Okay, great. Do it in half.
2.8.
Do it in half. Do it in half. Yes, whole group. What was your time?
5 seconds.
Do it in half now. You cannot touch anybody. Even brushing your sleeve. No. Awesome. All right, everybody done?
No, hang on.
Okay.
We can make our metrics work better. That's what I'm
Bending, because I can do bending
No touching. No touching. I did see people touching.
I'm looking at it. I'm messing it up. Okay.
All right. Okay, guys. Done? Close? Close enough? Okay. Okay, please take your seats. Thank you so much. So how was this? A quick recap. Little exercise, right? Get your blood flowing. Were you guys thinking about it when you're doing it? Were you, I mean, like, I saw a lot of patterns, right? You're trying to do.
Yeah, so we're thinking how to do things fast.
How to do things fast. That's the objective, right? But were you thinking outside the box here? Were you thinking differently than you're used to, right? The first I saw, I mean, like, I observed them, very typical, right? Touch the plate and swap places like that. But then I saw people like doing this. Those were all awesome things, right? I didn't think about it. But you guys, you know, when you put into time pressure, you were thinking about it. There is a reason why I cut the time into half, half, and half. What happened when I did that? Enforces you to think differently. What else? Pressure builds up, right, to you know, like, activate your creative cells, right? Those are all scientific facts. I am not making this up. So maybe you can use that when you're facilitating a session. Put some time pressure on people, right? Don't just leave, oh, okay, we are going to have like an open hour-and-a-half time box. Let's see what we wanted to do. Give them short boosters of time, right? 30 seconds, cut it into half. Let's do better about it, right? That puts people on the edge, put people to think a little bit more differently outside the box, okay? So that's the objective of this game. Thank you so much for participating. Hope it is fun. So the next one that I wanted to run with you guys is, this is fun. It's a storm, not a drizzle. So here, the objective is to generate a lot of ideas here, okay? As many ideas as possible. My favorite game, it's called Terrible Ideas Welcome. Oftentimes, in brainstorming sessions, people are afraid to share bad ideas, right? They're always reserved. They wanted to, oh my God, I don't know what my peers are going to think, what my manager is going to think when I share a bad idea. Or in my head, it sounds bad, but I still wanted to say it out loud, right? So this activity basically gives you a platform, a stage to share just that, okay? So let's take a problem, right? I wouldn't say a problem. Let's take something that's happening today. Okay, so the AgileCamp Dallas is extremely successful this year, right? We have about 300 participants. So my goal is, if I'm Stacy, my goal for next year is to have, let's say, 600 participants. Okay, so that's my positive goal, right? My good goal. What if I wanted to reverse that? And like I'm reversing my objective to say that, okay, next year we should not have any participants for AgileCamp Dallas. Okay, if that is my goal, every table is going to, I'm giving you guys 2 to 3 minutes. Start writing, conversation. Have your conversation. Start writing your terrible ideas where you are not going to get any participants for next year's conference. Okay? All right. So go. 2 minutes. Okay. Just your terrible ideas.
But you would still have people that would come out.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to reduce participation. No criticizing the ideas. Yes, and?
Good. Yeah. One more for you. Yeah. You can share it with your team. You can pass it on to somebody. One. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good.
0% of the participants.
Yeah.
They have to bring their own water.
That is, I can live without water one day.
Yeah, have a
Yep, you're welcome.
I was going to tell you I used to work for many months.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, I used to a lot. Well, I left in December last year.
Okay.
The office in Frisco.
Frisco? Okay, cool. All right. So if we don't want to get any participants for next year, shout out some ideas.
Increase the cost.
Increase the cost. $1 billion. $1 billion conference fee. Okay.
Schedule on a holiday.
Schedule on a holiday. Yeah, that will work out.
Texas in 109 degrees
outdoor venue in Texas in July.
Awesome. Outdoor venue in Texas in July. Great.
We had conference starts at 3 a.m.
Okay. Oh, great. Conference starts at 3 a.m. Anything from over there? Children are allowed. Children are allowed. Okay, what else?
We had outside at Christmas time in a park.
Outside Christmas time in a park. Okay?
No presenters.
No great. No presenters for the conference. Okay?
Everyone in the conference center the whole day with assigned seating.
with assigned seating for the whole day inside the conference center, okay?
No food or water.
No food or water.
We said the venue was the dollar store.
Venue is the dollar store, okay. All right, do you get a gist of it, right? I mean, you are just thinking about all the negative things. Why is this useful? When you think about all the negative things or the terrible ideas, you can use that as your base to think about what not to do, right? So use this, I mean, like use this for your real brainstorming, okay? Use this for your real brainstorming. Define your objective, switch your objective, come up with all the bad ideas, then use that list on what not to do for your real idea, okay? So it's very, very important for what are the features we need to eliminate. What are some of the things that we should not be doing in our like for the idea that we are generating, okay? It's very important. So before, just to get comfortable, I skipped over one of the bad ideas. Welcome. This is the part one of that. So just to get your teams, get comfortable with this. Use like an everyday thing, like a book or a mug or a coffee table or something like that, and use like an everyday word and have people come up with bad ideas. And then use the part two, which we just did, to use it for your real brainstorming, okay? All right. So the next one, you are going to give control to your team on your brainstorming. So the activity that we are going to do is going to be in your paper. I'm not doing this. I do have instructions for this. So the next one is called zap negativity, right? We have this type of people in our team all the time. That's not going to work. This idea sucks. Like crossing their arms, like rolling their eyes. Oh my God, why am I here? Kind of deal, right? On page 2 or page 3, you see a list of items in here. Maybe this table, I'm just going to assign like 4, the next 4, next 4, next 4, next 4, next 2 or something, whatever, right? Or maybe 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the last 3, okay? So look at these. These are the negative connotations people come up with. Discuss and tell me how you can deflect them in a positive manner. Okay? What are some of the positive comments you can tell to that person so you can get your conversation moving? Okay? Take 2 minutes.
Okay, so I totally disagree on your idea. What do you mean say positive?
Was there something about positive?
Well, I mean, honestly,
we must agree to disagree. Put this in a parking lot, and then we can dig into, what they should. That's the problem. Oh, I guess
yeah.
So, like I said, just make it clear that this came out this particular forum is not the time and place because we've got all these people to work on a very specific.
Typically, the decision that's in a brainstorming session, I use that individuals first, and then you collaborate together, so you're not controlled by first, and then you can do that. And the disagreements come in when we're vetting the ideas, right? So there's a disagreement while you're brainstorming.
Like that's the double win. You roll your eyes at it, you back
Okay, let's park the disagreement. The top 5, top 3, whatever our criteria was. So, deflect.
All right, guys. I know this is very little time. Let's wrap it up. What do you guys have? Did you come up with at least one?
Not really.
Okay.
I think she's the first one true.
One?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can add. Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break, right? Yeah, absolutely. What else?
Define your.
So our top word was this is a waste of time and I don't know why we're doing this. So as a facilitator or presenter, you should have 3 bullets that explain why you're doing it. And if that doesn't resonate, you have to get the concept of stick it out to the end. You'll eventually see the benefit of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, one from here, one from here.
So we had 3 of the nonverbal things.
Okay.
Roll your eyes, sighing, and leaning back in your chairs.
Okay.
She just had a great idea of that when the person does that, that's it's a really passive-aggressive thing to do. She encouraged them to go up and do the facilitation. So
Yeah.
like you go be the scribe right up on the whiteboard, and when you're facilitating, you're kind of forced to be more positive.
Sure.
Or whatever, which was a really
Great
good idea.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, let's hear one more, and then I'll wrap it up with my final thoughts. Just one more, please. From a different table? Do you guys want to go? Front or back? Pick and choose? Okay, go. Do you guys want to share one of yours? Yeah?
Yeah, so we had I, J, and K, so which where this is dumb, waste of time.
Yep.
I don't know why we're here.
Yeah, just do one.
We talked about that we're paid to be here. So waste of time is this is our job and this is what we're here and paid to do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So think about this, right? I mean, this is your everyday in a lot of meetings, right? All the meetings. Look at this, connect with me, okay? So connect with me. I do have my own set of answers on how do we challenge these type of behaviors and these types of responses. I can share those with you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time, okay? But think about this list. Think hard and see how you wanted to act to these, okay? So finally, wrapping it up, some pointers for you. Combine and extend ideas, right? If someone comes up with an idea, add on to it, extend those ideas, not just harvesting. It's very important for that. Talked about divergence and convergence, right? Give people enough time to think on their own, give them the goal beforehand, so they come up with their ideas before coming and discussing as a whole group. It's very important to do that. And use it for more than generating good ideas. A company called IDEO, what they do is they try to bring in people from all parts of their organization just so that they get fresh ideas and fresh minds. And it helps them share with the whole company on what problem the company is trying to solve. Where are they with? Who is good at what people know, what people don't know, right? It's a way to create your small world network. Very, very important. You remember those 4 principles? Make sure that you follow these principles diligently. If you're facilitating the meeting, write them down and explain what they are so that people really understand and abide by them, okay? And it's not the only way to generate good ideas, right? This is just one technique. There are a lot of other techniques. Brain writing is there, mind mapping is there. There are a lot of other techniques. This is just one way of doing it. Finally, if you're doing a brainstorming session, try it out, put it into practice, right? Build a prototype, talk to your experts, talk to your users. I love this quote from Bill Gates, an idea has a shelf life of a banana, right? Unless you execute on them, these sessions are proven waste of a lot of people's time. So don't do it unless you have a way to execute it, okay? So take action on it, and thank you so much. Please connect with me. And if you're using these games, please let me know how you like it or how you don't like it, how it works. I would like to know about it so that we can talk about that, okay? Thank you so much, guys.
Can you go back 2 slides? I want to grab a picture.